This is Kevin Harlan. Tonight, the NBA on Prime crew and I are back with another exciting Emirates NBA Cup doubleheader. First, Pascal Siakam and the Pacers square off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then it's Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets facing Kevin Durant and the Rockets. If you're not a Prime member, just sign up for a 30-day free trial. Pacers, Cavs, Nuggets, Rockets. Coverage starts tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Jungle Hockey Podcast presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. Going to be a bit of a weird one today. Needed to get this episode out. Joe, huge showcase this weekend playing against Ohio University, the number 2 ranked team in the country, and the University of Jamestown, who I think is like 9th. I think Joe's Drury is 7th right now. So wishing Joe the best of luck. Huge showcase weekend this weekend. And then it's the grind time at school right now. We're both swamped. We just couldn't get the time to record this week, unfortunately. But we did already post that interview on Tuesday with Matthew Crone, if you were able to check that out. What an unbelievable interview that was. What just some unbelievable stories, like the BU stories, the one-on-one ice time with Celebrini, training with Marchand and Sid and Nate, just some ridiculous stories. That guy's had a very, very interesting hockey career. So I highly recommend checking that out. He's definitely a guy we're going to have on in the future as well. There was so much more we could have talked about when we had him for an hour and a half. We also have another huge interview coming. It'll probably be next Tuesday as well. Matthew Campbell of Merrimack University. So Hockey East, obviously Merrimack's a huge school. They're playing against all the big dogs, BU, Quinnipiac. So really cool interview getting to sit down with him. He actually started his career on Quinnipiac and won a national title there. So really cool to hear about, what that was like, the celebration, how they were heroes at school coming back there. And I won't spoil much more, but he's always had some amazing stories. He's been in the transfer portal twice now. So really interesting to hear about that. But it's pretty cool for us getting 2 more guys one who plays D1 and one who did play D1 and now plays pro in France with Corone. We should be able to get a normal episode back out to you guys next week. I'll go over a couple things on my own in this one. But then, next week we'll do normal episode. Pretty much everything I mentioned today, I'll probably also still discuss with Joe next episode. Really wanted to make an episode today still and get it out. Just some absolutely heartbreaking news. About 10 days ago, Martin Hak, the Mission City Outlaws head coach, former Ridge Meadows Flames assistant coach, and just a huge presence in the Ridge Meadows Minor Hockey Association, passed away in a car accident. Absolute tragic, shocking incident. I had never really had the pleasure of meeting Hak. I've seen him around the rink and stuff this year and said hello and all that, but getting to watch him coach was a pleasure. I know the boys in the room absolutely loved him. They had some amazing stories, and giving obviously all of mine and I'm sure Joe's condolences to his family, of course, his friends, and everyone in the Ridge Meadows Flames, Missions to the Outlaws, and Ridge Meadows Minor Hockey Associations, because this is absolutely shook so many people. Obviously so many articles and posts and tributes to Hak. I know that the GoFundMe crushed their goal. So if that's still running, check that out as well. And the biggest reason I want to make sure we got this episode out today is the tribute game tonight. I'm recording this early in the morning and posting it as soon as I can. Tonight, tribute game and celebration of life for Martin at the Ridge Meadows Flames game. Mission City Outlaws will also be there out on the ice with them for the opening ceremony. So if you're able to, that would just, can pay your respects and show your support, because this is a guy who most described as just someone who cared about everyone, who would do anything if you asked, just drop everything and help. He was an absolute presence in this minor hockey community, and I know influenced so many people, and it's pretty obvious with what we've seen online on social media, just the unbelievable outpour of support for him and his family, and it's really, as absolutely tragic as it is, it's pretty beautiful to see how many people that Coach Hak was able to touch in his time here. So just horrible news. But I wanted to make sure that obviously that we brought it up, so that we can mention the tribute games. And then, so I just mentioned the tribute game in Ridge tonight, and then on Saturday as well in Mission, the Outlaws will be having a tribute game for Coach Hak. So if you're able to go to both of those, one of them, either, whatever, that would be incredible. Just to show your support, pay your respects to his family and friends and all the other people who were affected. Pretty difficult to move on from that one and just keep talking here, but I will do my best. So yeah, as difficult it is to move on and talk about more now. Another thing I just wanted to mention quick is like Remembrance Day. So I feel like I saw more poppies this year than usual, which is great. If it's Remembrance Day, please wear a poppy. Even just the whole month of November, at least until Remembrance Day, you should be wearing a poppy every day. It's not that hard. Everyone should. And the reason I brought it up though is because it was really cool to see how many, not just junior hockey teams, but hockey teams in general. But I was more so referring to the KI and the PJ honoring veterans on Remembrance Day, and just having like little pregame ceremonies, and it was really awesome to see. So just wanted to kind of pump at the leagues for doing that. I think that's great to see, and just remind everyone, keep wearing a poppy. It's a good thing. It's a very small, easy thing you can do to show some respect. Moving on from that, I think I'll get into kind of some major news headlines around the junior leagues. There's a lot of stuff that I really want to talk about that we haven't been able to because we haven't been able to find time to record. But I'll do my best to just kind of report it quick, and then me and Joe will be like discussing these things more in the future. So first thing I wanted to mention is I've had a couple of people randomly ask me this week about the PJ playoff format. And I don't think the BCHC knows what its playoff format is yet, to be completely honest. I have no idea. I don't know if they've figured it out. I haven't heard that they've figured it out, so I have no idea what's going on there. I don't know if the Cloverdale situation is still complicating things at all, or if that's 100% sorted now. Super weird. Crazy, actually. That is like, you could just say make it simple and do 1 to 8, but then, man, like, do we really need a White Rock Aldergrove first round? And that's, neither of those teams want that, guys. Neither of those teams want that. Like, we probably don't need a Richmond versus whoever the 8 seed is in the other division either. That wouldn't be as bad, even though Richmond's a wagon. But yeah, no, let's. I just hope they get the playoff format figured out. It's kind of insane that they haven't already. Another, just like, I don't know if we brought this up already. It feels like I got told about it so long ago. The Prospects game is canceled. It was supposed to be November. I believe a PJ team was supposed to be hosting it, but it never got announced, so I won't say which team. But yeah, it was supposed to be November, and it just got canceled. Not a word about it. Nobody said anything. They're just acting like it's normal for them to not have a Prospects game, even though it's been one of the good things these leagues have done together over the past few years. So nobody's going to say anything about it. You already know that. There won't be an announcement, but no Prospects game this year. I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, maybe this will prompt them to make an announcement so people actually know. But yeah, pretty ridiculous that they're not doing that. Like, I literally know, I have people like messaging me being like, asking when it is for the past few months, because they're like, hey, like, my kid might have a chance, like, I want to know when, so like maybe we can see about getting family out here, like things like that. So I don't know, might seem silly, but I think I completely understand. So I think it's pretty brutal to just keep it all silent and not make an announcement, but we know that that's how the Pidge rolls, at least. So
hockey is back. And this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right to your fingertips. From player props to thrill of live in-game betting, every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. Owen, I just looked at the odds for the Pittsburgh Penguins to win the Cup. Plus, they have the 4th worst odds, plus 20,000 on DraftKings. Obviously, these lines are subject to change, but could be some big profits there for you guys. New customers, this one's for you. Bet $5, and if your bet wins, and you'll get paid out $300 in bonus bets instantly. Light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets in case your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
We do have actually a lot of KI news for the first time, so sucks that Joe's not here to talk about it with me, but we will have a great episode next episode where we talk about everything. I think the interview will probably come out first on Tuesday, and then the next episode, hopefully later that week. Maybe we save the interview and just do a normal episode. I don't know. We'll see. We won't do 2 episodes again. It's too much. Okay, so the first KIJHL news, we'll start it off something a bit more simple. It sounds like Summerland is making a return to the KIJHL, which I believe they just relocated it a couple of years ago to. I honestly don't remember. I think Quesnel. Did they go to Quesnel, or did Norfolk go to Quesnel? I don't know. I forget who went where, but they relocated a few years ago. They're a different team. Point is, they'll be getting a new team, I believe an expansion team. It won't be relocation. They're aiming 2026-2027 season. Tier 2. It will be. The KI is still full in on this Tier 1 thing, which kind of leads me to my next big thing. And that is, I heard rumblings throughout the week that there was a huge KI meeting coming up between the Board of Governors. Apparently the WHL, heavily involved, had sent letters to every team. Now, I heard rumors about what was in these letters. Some saying that they don't want Tier 1, Tier 2. Some saying, I don't know. It's just rumors, right? But apparently the WHL was involved present in this meeting, but apparently the KI is treating these meetings like absolute lockdown confidential information. Everyone is signing NDAs. So I had like a bunch of people being like, this meeting's happening tonight. And then the next morning they're all like, nobody is telling me anything. So they're taking it fucking seriously up there, which I mean, probably good for them. But you don't want stuff like this getting leaked, even though I kind of do think it should be reported on and publicized more than it is. I get it from their perspective, but obviously we're not doing anything wrong either from our perspective, trying to find out. People want to know. Nobody likes being kept in the dark about major decisions. So a couple theories that I've heard or that I have. So the first theory is that WHL doesn't want this split, and they went in there and were like, yo, pump the brakes. Let's just keep it Tier 2 and figure it out. I don't know. See, the thing about if the KI and PJ don't take over Tier 1 junior, are they just never going to have a CJHL team or league in BC? Because the BCHL is on a downhill. I don't think that's like that crazy of a thing to say. I'm not saying the league is absolutely screwed and doesn't have bright spots, but it's on a downhill for sure. Maybe, and I don't even mean talent-wise, but team-wise. Like, it's not looking good for their future, their near future at least. So I don't know. I don't know what happens there if it just doesn't happen. Other theory is that the KI just goes cutthroat on the PJ and tries to take every single Tier 1 slot that Hockey Canada gives. So I think like the whole thing was the rumors we heard was like Hockey Canada came in and like laughed that they wanted like 11 KI teams and 7 PJ teams and was like, cut this shit down to 14 total. So we were thinking it might be like kind of like an 8 and 6 thing, but I think there might be a chance that KI is going for every spot and they'll be the junior A league and the pitch will just be junior B. So just a theory. You never know. It would be pretty fucking crazy if that happens. And then the other theory is just normal business. Like they're just going to push through their Tier 1 teams and make the final decisions on Tier 1, Tier 2. Maybe some teams are all pissy that they're not going to get Tier 1. The WHL's coming in there to talk them down. And hopefully this is what's happening. Is it's just going smooth as possible and everything's going to plan. But we know that's not probably the case. But yeah, anyways, like Summerland, I kind of glazed over that. Kind of insane. That article was posted in like October, and we somehow never discussed it until now. So it's kind of been trending a bit more on social media. What I've seen in the last few days, people are aware now. So that's great. You want to see expansion? Not where I was expecting, but not surprised by it at all. And like I we've talked about this before. We mentioned, I think, a few episodes ago that there was probably a plan for Summerland to get a tier 2 team again. I think there's a plan for Armstrong to get one, which is, I don't think, very far from where North Oak played. They might have actually already been in Armstrong. I just can't remember exactly that little area. But yeah, so I'm not surprised with this, and you're just happy to see the league grow, especially like if it does be splitting tier 1, tier 2. I mean, it said pretty explicitly Summerland's going to be a tier 2 team in the article, so I think it's good. You need more tier 2 teams to cut down the travel, obviously, for the rest of them. So yeah, I think that'd be great, and really interesting to see where the expansion of these leagues moves in the future, and just the whole tier 1 thing, the WHL, the BCHL. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy next few years to see what finally ends up happening. One other thing that I wanted to mention that's, I mean, not typically something I mention, is the KIJHL's trades lately have been absolutely insane. So I just want to go over a few of them in case anyone missed them. But I mean, we're well into November, and there's still like 3 to 5 trades a day sometimes. Oh my goodness, dude. These trades are huge. There's so many. How is there so many? Okay, so some of like the big trade news that's been happening lately. The Merit Centennials acquired the playing rights of Dawson Butler and futures from Larong and the SJ in exchange for 06 Madam Radmanovich. They also acquired Jack Weidman from the Camrose Kodiaks of the AJHL. So a couple looks like big ads for the Merit Centennials. Not surprised that Wes is making moves. Grand Forks, the return of Eric Call. They got him back from the Warman Wolverines in the SJ. Obviously, Call an absolute stud between the pipes, so that's going to be huge for them. And then the Fernie Ghost Riders acquire 05 Keenan Holland. So Grand Forks trade 20 bomb Keenan Holland in exchange for 06 Hayden Evans. So Hayden Evans, like BCHL guy, nasty. This is a massive pickup for Grand Forks. It sucks they had to trade Holland, but this is a huge pickup that makes them a much better team. I believe Holland then eventually got flipped to the Williams Lake Mustangs, and I think he's having a hot start there already. So props to him for making the most of his 20 bomb year, even after getting traded. Like, that's not an easy thing to go through. The Kimberley Dynamiters acquire the playing rights of 06 Torin Fraun from the Quesnel River Rush in exchange for the playing rights forward Spencer Bates. No offense to Spencer Bates, I just don't know much about him, but I know Torin Fraun is an absolute workhorse. He got voted biggest rat in the league last year. I think he's in the box a lot, but he fucking scores as well. So Kimberley is looking absolutely lethal, and well, there's more on them in a second here. The Fernie Ghost Riders acquired the playing rights of 06 born goaltender Cale Svensson from the Melville Millionaires in the SJ. I think Svensson, if not the best goalie in the league last year, was one of the best goalies in the league last year for Sycamoose. Stint in the SJ, and now he's been acquired by Fernie. So Fernie, I believe they have Svensson and Dan Best in net. Now, one of them must get traded because those were two ridiculous goalies on a not that great team. 100 Mile House Wranglers acquire the playing rights of McGuire Nicholson in exchange for Jaden Rusnak of the 100 Mile House Wranglers. Rusnak's disgusting. That's another point per game player being added to the Kimberley Dynamiters. One of the best rookies in the league last year, and he's going to be a force this year as a 19-year-old. Been a few other trades, but nothing that's like jumping off the page. So I'll leave it at that for now for the KI trades, and we'll wait till Joe's back to kind of dig into that a bit more.
The holidays are here, and that means it's the most wonderful time of the year to save with Rakuten. Use Rakuten to stack cash back at your favorite stores on top of holiday sales. That's savings on savings. With Rakuten, you can get cash back on gifts for everyone on your list, from toys for the kids, kitchen gear for the person who just loves to cook, to electronics for everyone. You can even save on something for yourself. Just shop the stores that you love, and cash back is automatically added to your account. And you can choose to get paid via Interac e-transfer, PayPal, or check. Join for free today and get a new member bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.ca, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's Rakuten. Terms and conditions apply.
Team Canada, Olympics are around the corner, guys. It's not that far away. So I'm really excited to talk some more international hockey, Olympics with Joe once we're able to get an interview going. I quickly just want to give my Team Canada picks, and then next week me and Joe will discuss them. We'll hear Joe's Team Canada picks. And okay, Celebrini, McDavid, Bedard first line, McKinnon, Crosby, Scheifele second line, Reinhart, Suzuki, Marner third line, Marchand, Point, Jarvis fourth line, and then I have Tom Wilson and Sam Bennett as my spares. Now, like, work them into the lineup. I was just giving lines, like, basically for fun. Work them into the lineup wherever you see fit. I'm not too worried. I think it's really stupid they're only allowed 2 extra forwards and 2 extra D. Like, throw in an extra forward. Make it 3 extra forwards. 1 more guy makes the team. It'd be nice, whatever. Because the most difficult, like, last decision I have is does Hagel, Bennett, Wilson, or Jarvis get that last spot? I don't know. Or maybe like Cirelli, like one of the guys from last year. I don't think they should. And again, this is what I think they should do, not what I think they will do. I think Hagel and Cirelli are locks because of Coop and because it's Tampa. On D, Taves, Makar, Morrissey, Uyghur, Theodore, Harley, and Schaefer, Montour. I think Brandon Montour has certainly played his way onto this team. He definitely deserves to be there. I actually love having him on there. Matthew Schaefer, I think he's my number 8. Why would you not put this kid on the team? He's electric. He leads the NHL in goals by D, and you're prepping these guys for the next Olympics too. That's why I hope they're taking a few more young guys. Also, Olympic ice, huge surface, lots of room to skate. I love it. Shea Theodore and Thomas Harley. Like, Harley, I think, is a lock for this team. He's a stud. And Theodore, it's like, hasn't had the best year so far this year, but I think he's good enough, and I think he'll be on the team too. Morrissey and Uyghur, I love Morrissey. Uyghur hasn't had the best start to the year, but he's a hell of a player, very good defensively, and he deserves to be there. And then Taves McCarr, nobody needs to just explain that. Binnington, Thompson, and Black. Well, I'm going to go Blackwood or Wedgwood as the goalie. I mean, Wedgwood's kind of been the guy right now, but I think it's Binnington's net. You can't take it away from him, even though he may statistically be the worst goalie in the NHL this year. Make sure you got Thompson with you, and then third stringer, like Wedgwood instead of Blackwood would actually be pretty funny. I think that's pretty much it for my team. Let me know if I missed someone bad that should be on my squad. Like, who knows? Maybe I did, but I think that'll probably be it for now. So obviously a bit of a weird episode yesterday today with it just being me and no Joe. Tried to go over the news the best I could, like the junior stuff and all that. Give you guys just a little bit of the major news, so that you weren't left waiting in the dark too long. But we'll do a proper recap, talk about the league scores, 3 stars. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening. Please be sure to obviously follow us on every social media platform, follow us on every streaming platform. Please rate us 5 stars on everything, or on Apple or Spotify. That's a huge help, as well as downloading our episodes. Best way to support us. Check out all our sponsors: Rakuten, DraftKings, and Aperio Athletics. And yeah, if you're able to, please try to get out to one of the tribute games, whether it's tonight in Maple Ridge. Doors open at 6, ceremony starts at 7, or in Mission on Saturday, which I believe the game will be at 6:45. So if you're able to go to one of those, great. If not, all good. If you're able to do anything else to support, that'd be great as well. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.